take a look at She's Got Balls from High Voltage. So this one is tuned down a quarter step. So I'll have a link for that tuner in the description. Now Angus does start this one off. He's going to play through the main riff twice, even though it's slightly different than what Malcolm's going to actually play, at least at the beginning anyway. So Malcolm will come in on the third time. He's going to play this open A string to the 5th fret on the D string, those two notes, and then we're going to hammer on to that 7th fret on the D along with that open A. Now, just so it's easier for you to see, I'm going to use my ring finger here, at least at the beginning here, as opposed to my pinky. But when you ever see this, that just means that I'm on that 7th fret of that D string. So it's easier to see this way, and of course you can use whatever fingering's most comfortable for you. So we're just going to be hammering on to the 7th fret. Then we're going to move up here to the 5th fret of the D and G. So we're going to have this. And then back to that 7th fret on the D and open A. 3 times, and then we're going to hammer on again. And then hit it twice now to the 7th fret of the D and G to the 5th fret of the D and G. Alright, and that little end part is how we end it before we go up here to this F chord. So that's just 7th fret on the D, open A, and then same thing, but just let it ring out. Let that D and A string ring out there. So then we come up here to F. Now, I'm hearing 3 notes here, which is the 1st fret on the E string, of course, which is our F note. And then we've got our pinky on the 3rd fret of the D and our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. Now, it also sounds like this chord is actually played 3 times. Now, it may just be played twice, but it sounds like it's down, up, down. So it's... And then we come down here to G and we do the same thing. And then we play C twice back to our 7th fret on our D string and open A string. Alright, then we start the riff over, and this is where the vocals come in. So we're going to play through the vocals, and everything stays the same until we get to the chorus. So the chorus is just going to be this. We're going to come out of that F, G, we're going to hit that C again twice. And now instead of just going back to the main riff, we're just going to stay on the 7th fret of the D with that open A, and then come up here and grab this C chord. So it's going to be something like this during the chorus. And then you start the main riff over. So just that last time, we're going to hit C 3 times. So that's it for the intro to the song and the verses and the chorus. So let's take a look at the guitar solo and then how this one wraps up. right, so as we head into the guitar solo, we're just coming out of that chorus. Now, when we came out of the chorus earlier, we hit that C chord 3 times to signify the chorus was ending. This time, it's just going to hit that twice. And then we're going to start down here on the 7th fret of the D with that open A. And we're going to play that main riff again that we've been playing, and we're going to do that twice. Then we're going to start to add the C to D chords in between the changes of that main riff. So it's going to be something like this. Alright, so now we play that one more time, but when we get to that point, that's when we're going to start the C to D. And then we kind of end it like that. I think it cuts off a little bit quicker there on that A string. And then we're going to, you hear that part where you're going to have some of that feedback that you hear from Angus after the guitar solo really winds down. And then Malcolm's going to come back in with this. We're just going to have 5th fret on the D and G to 7th fret on the D and G to our hammer on again. So. One time you kind of hear that 7th fret note kind of dominate there instead of the open A string. But we're just going to play that riff until we get to, we're going to transition back up here to F again. So we're going to come out of that like this. And then we go to F. And then we're going to go back into the chorus again for the last time. And then the chorus is just going to end, and we're going to go, and I think the chorus ends something like this, that last chorus. And then the song ends on that A chord there. So anyway, so that's it for this one. We'll see you guys next time.